Statistics says you will fail in the gaming industry. Sounds harsh, right? But in 2024 alone, 10% of the game developers lost their jobs. Even giants like Microsoft and Sony shut down studios. And for indie developers, more than 40% of mobile games never even get released. And of those that do, more than 80% fail within 3 years. The market is flooded. AAA studios are doubling down on live service games, leaving little space for newcomers. And with almost 40% of developers citing industry uncertainty as their biggest challenge, it is clear this is not an easy path. But here's the thing, your individual success is not at random or controlled by studios. The main recipe starts within your passion and consistency, but after that, there are 3 simple strategies that can turn these odds in your favor. Whether you are a game developer or a designer, level designer, 3D modeler, or even looking to break into film and media using the same tools, I'm going to show you how to build a real career in this space. No fluff, no guesswork, just a method that works devilish.
Yeah!
My research considered 2 areas, technology and strategy. My source of information is not only statistics, but real conversations with people trying to find jobs or make their projects succeed. And here's what I consistently found. 1. The tech trap. Many are hyper-focused on learning technology, sometimes even the wrong one, believing that mastering tools will guarantee them a job. But the reality is that not every tool opens doors in the industry. 2. Rejection cycle. Others send out countless jobs applications facing rejection after rejection. They never pause to ask why. Worse, they keep doing the same thing, sometimes for years, expecting a different outcome. And when they have no one to ask for honest feedback, the frustration only grows. 3. The portfolio gamble. Then there are those who pin all their hopes on building a game for their portfolio. They spend 6 to 12 months on a single project believing it will be their golden ticket. But they remain invisible during development with nothing to show. Hope alone isn't a strategy, and I don't work on hope. Do you? The suggestions I'm about to share aren't just guesses. They are backed by experience and results. You now have a choice. Keep pushing with the same methods that aren't working, or stay with me and discover a clear, actionable path designed to get you results. But before we jump in, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on technology tips and tutorials and game development insights with strategies to help you build your career in the gaming industry. Now, let's get started. The next strategies that I will present answer the challenge of finding job opportunities in the industry, the development of your independent path, and how to handle the stress of being fired once you are part of a studio. Different from many independent creators, I recommend that you try to be part of a studio because there you will have a real experience of being part of a team and learning the functional parts of the creation process of a video game. And then, of course, is the income that will help you to sustain yourself and your family. Nevertheless, I always remind my students in my mentorship program that they must keep a safe time to develop their independence. Having said that, let's start talking about these strategies. 1. Learn the right technology. You will find a lot of people saying that there is not such a thing as the best engine. I respectfully disagree because it's not about what technology you're going to use, but what is your goal in learning that technology. I did some research on the 3 most important engines of the moment, and they are Godot, Unity, and Unreal. For Godot, I couldn't even find salary records. It makes sense because it's focused on making things so simple that why are you going to hire somebody to do it? And if you can get a job from it, why would you bother to learn it for a serious career? Remember my recommendation of having the experience of having the job in the industry. With Godot, that doesn't sound like a good plan. Then we have Unity. If you're creating mobile games, that will be the most likely platform to go. Salaries are excellent, usually better than Unreal for mobile games. But what I don't like is the risk element of working in the mobile industry, plus the limited power to create only for mobiles. I love my years with Unity and the experience I got in the mobile industry. I work with amazing teams and the opportunities sounds good, but the mobile business model turned out not to work for me. Doing the same thing and having the same bad result is the best definition of insanity, so I decided to look at it from a different perspective. I found myself in a moment where I asked a genuine question. Considering that I have only one ticket in this life, you too, what is the honest kind of game I want to create? In my case, it was always the professional level of AAA. I thought it was impossible, but then I met Unreal. When we talk about AAA experiences, Unreal is king. It not only has the best salaries for the genre, but if you specialize in particular areas, the compensation could be over $75,000 per year. Also, studios that were using Unity before are transitioning to Unreal in the search of more realism and details for their games. I can't disagree with them. Even in my personal case, that was my progression. I want to tell you this because you don't have to limit yourself to create a specific type of video game thinking that you are only an independent creator. It is possible for you to create also AAA experience quality games. My final recommendation on selecting the engine is that you also ask yourself the same question. What is the honest type of game you want to create? And what do you want to achieve with this engine? I hope that having a job is one condition, but then focus on the games you enjoy playing that you want to present to the world as well. Are you constantly playing mobile games? Then Unity is your path. But if you want to create a console or PC games, then you should not waste time. Go all the way for Unreal. The second strategy I want you to consider is don't wait to release your game. When I interview people trying to get into job opportunities or present their game to potential buyers, I found the same constant. They are waiting until the end of their project to show it as part of their portfolio. That's wrong.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Doing that makes you dependent on the final day to make a post of your progress. Just one post. That's not a good thing. The project can take between 6 to 12 months to be ready to be added to your portfolio. Having an extra game to show is not bad, but it's only one action to let people know the progress of your skills. It's like if you create an advertisement to be played just once and not on the Super Bowl. But if you are constantly showing the progress of your work, even when you create something like a mechanic or a level or an effect that you consider that is worth sharing, that you can post about it, then you will be building an audience for your game while also increasing your chances of being discovered by recruiters. Yes, those nice headhunters. You can quote me, recruiters are not going to find you based on your portfolio. If a recruiter finds you on LinkedIn, but you haven't shown progress in your work or skills or games for the last 6 months, you are most likely out of the list. Now, imagine what happens if a studio is going to check on you. Literally nothing. The final point is that you need to be active beyond development and learning. Showing progress is much more important and efficient than showing the final result. Having a portfolio is good, but having a constant presence is better. To show total domination over specific skills, you don't need to create a complete product, but those skills can be what studios are looking for. The only thing that is stopping them is a proof that you have the skills and that you are consistently showing progress. Before reaching the third strategy, keep in mind that they require consistent and a well-defined plan. I've been working on the methodology that my students are using to build a successful career in video games. The Game Creator Accelerator is not a course online, though it includes courses. It's a lifetime access, yes, lifetime access mentorship program where you and I are going to design the strategies following a methodology distributed in weeks to set you in the right direction of achieving your goals of working without stress on this industry. With 1 daily hour of full dedication to follow the steps of the methodology, you will be kicking off your career in 8 weeks. But first, I love to have a chat with you face to face to understand what is your current situation, what you want to achieve, and figure out how the GCA could help you. And here's the best thing about our meeting. After having it, no matter the direction you want to take, you'll have a perspective that no other will give you. So, what are you waiting for? Set a time to talk with me by sending an email to tony@woolon.com or check the description to pick a time and date that suits you. The third strategy to unlock your career is place your eggs in different baskets. Let's consider the first scenario. If you are a game creator starting your career, you should keep your focus on 2 areas: learning and creating content to build a die-hard audience, and using that content to promote yourself on professional networks. You're placing eggs in different baskets. One basket is totally under your control. It's your progress, no matter where you start, even if you are a beginner. Create a YouTube channel where you will present what you are doing and what you are planning to do. Dream big. Encourage and listen to comments. Connect with your audience and always keep in mind that they are the path to your independence in the mid and long term. The second basket is just about using that content and reposting it on LinkedIn. Your goal is to capture the attention of studios and recruiters. If you keep doing this with new content weekly, you'll start getting calls from recruiters or headhunters. This part is not entirely under your control because you need to wait for others to respond. But by doing it consistently and weekly for a few months, it is no longer about applying for job opportunities, but making them knock on your door. The second scenario is that you have a job in the industry, you have an income, and let's consider that you are in your dream studio working on your dream project. But don't count on that forever. So what are you going to do? Control your stress with a strategy. Take the time out of your day to make your own space using your skills, your personal projects, and connecting with an audience. Create a YouTube channel, and if you don't have one already, create a website where people will join your newsletter to subscribe and get goodies and rewards from you. Reduce your stress knowing that you are taking part of your free time to invest in your own development to guarantee your future independent success. Use your current job as a lever for the next episode of your life. The third scenario is that you release a successful game. If that's the case, you should have an audience, a newsletter with people who are your fans, and a website and a YouTube channel where you connect with them. This is the best of all scenarios and where I want my students to be at the final goal. But to be successful, you don't necessarily have to have a video game. What you need is the progress of a video game that will generate several ways of income while you are releasing it. Once you discover that your content has that power, then you will have the potential to use your audience to continue creating even more. If you keep in mind all these 3 strategies, first, you won't have to apply for job positions because the job positions will come to you. 2, you will start building a community of fans that will allow you to establish the pillars of your independence model. And third, you won't be afraid of losing a job once you get it because you've been building a structure that will work for you forever. Please share in the comments where you are at this moment in building your career in video games. Let me know your opinion of what I shared and if the strategies I presented resonate with you. If these videos added value to you, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss tips and tutorials on Unreal Engine and how to build your successful career in video games. And be sure to check out the next video on I wish I knew this before starting my game development career. Until next time, keep creating, keep sharing, and most importantly, keep dreaming big. I'll see you soon, my fellow creators.